It's time for another Dice Tower review with Trent Howell.
Alright, Dad, what game are we playing today?
We are playing Takenoko. At least that's how I'm going to pronounce it. I don't know. But yes, it looks very oriental, huh? With the panda bear. I love it. So, cool.
What's Takenoko about?
Well, as you can see, it's Panda Man. And cute little pandas here and the gardener. We're actually growing a bamboo garden. And the panda's going around and eating that bamboo as we go. So, in this game, you're wanting to score the most points. Imagine that. But you get to do it by many different objectives. And it's a nice, fun, light family game, and I'll be happy to take you through it.
Alright. How do you start your turn?
So, you start like this. So, here's the central tile where we've got the panda and the gardener there. Everybody takes 3 objective cards to begin with. This is how you're going to score points. This is the variety of ways. So for example, these cards will let you score points based off of the configuration of the garden tiles. This one's going to let you score points based off of the height of the bamboo that grows. That's why it's got the gardener on there. And this panda one is going to score your points based off of the bamboo pieces that the panda eats along the way. So you're going to score objective cards as you play. Once somebody, based off of number of players, once somebody has hit the certain number of objective cards, then the game is going to end that round, and then you add up everybody's points to see who won.
What do you do on your turn?
All right, well, I'll tell you how you go about this. That's where these cool handy sheets are. So everybody's going to get one of these sheets, and then you're going to get your 2 tokens that match these sheets based off of the shapes. So you can see different shapes that are in there for different tokens. Pretty cool, pretty handy, very good pieces. So everybody's going to get their sheet and it will tell them what they can do on their turn. So first, you've got this row to take care of. That is the action die. So you'll start your turn by rolling your action die. And based off of your result, you'll do that action. And then after you've done that action, you will get 2 action tokens essentially to choose what you want to do on that turn. You have to choose different things, and then after you do those, then it goes on to the next person's turn. So I can tell you a little bit about what each of these are. Let me tell you the actions first. So one of the things you can do first is put new tiles, add new tiles to the garden. So this says you'll take 3 and you'll pick 1. So I'll take 3 tiles. I will look at them. I won't show everybody else. But I will say, based off of the objectives I'm trying to achieve right now, I want to go after green. So I'm going to add green tile. I take the other 2 that nobody has seen, put them at the bottom in any order I want, and I add a green tile to the board. Simple enough. This one is I can take a river piece or the irrigation canal. I'll explain that in a little bit. I can store it here. This one is the gardener. I can move the gardener in any straight direction. And when he lands on a tile, he's going to grow a piece of bamboo. As long as there is water going to that place, he'll grow a piece of bamboo. The panda, I will move the panda in any straight line along the garden pieces, and wherever he stops, he's going to eat a piece of bamboo, and I'll put that in his belly. And this last one is I can choose another objective token, or another objective card that I want. So maybe I want to take one of these. I'll look at it, add it to my hand, so nobody has seen these. So that's how you can get more objectives along the way. So those are your simple actions of moving around, growing, and eating bamboo and getting new objectives. So let me tell you about these. What this one does is this lets you get an additional action. You can get a 3rd action to do. So maybe I'm going to take those 2 actions, and if I roll the sun, I'm also going to do that. If I roll rain, that's going to grow a piece of bamboo on any tile that's irrigated that I so choose. The wind says I can make my 2 actions be the same. So I could actually move the gardener twice on a turn. This one, if I roll the lightning, it scares the poor panda. He runs around the garden, and wherever he lands on the garden, if there's some bamboo, I can eat that piece of bamboo. And then this last one, with the clouds, I can take one of these tokens and store it here. And they're going to do different things during the game. If I get a question mark, I can choose which one I want it to do. So let me tell you a few things about these tokens. Anytime during my turn, I can add this to a tile. This is fertilizer, which means instead of when the gardener lands there, he grows one piece, he's actually going to grow 2 pieces of bamboo. And this is what's so cool, because they just stack like that. If there was already 2 pieces of bamboo there and he moved, he's going to add 2 more pieces of bamboo. But he can't go higher than 4. That's the max. So that's pretty cool, huh? This irrigation, if there's some tiles out here, that's a bad one to show us an example. They're far from the water, but if I put this on here, that's going to be irrigated. It's going to have its own water source. Pretty cool. And this last token means it's protected. No panda can eat any bamboo that's there. But all the tiles can only have 1 token on them. You can't double up. Can't say grow that twice and have no panda eat it. So those are the ways you can use those tokens. And how about I skip a little farther along when we've got our bamboo garden and show you an example of 1 turn. So now you can see we've got a beautiful garden going. We've got a lot of bamboo that's been growing. The panda hasn't been eating a whole bunch here. But here's also where I'm going to show you how the water irrigates different spots. So you can see over here on my area, I've already scored a number of objective cards. So when you score objectives, you set them out so everybody can see how you're coming along. My panda's eating some bamboo, and it's my turn. So I've got a couple of cards that I'm going to score on this turn. So check this out. So first I'll roll the die. I get the clouds, which means I get take another token. I'm actually going to take a water token for fun, so I can have that for later. What I'm going to do on my turn is I'm going to move the gardener, and I want to move the panda. But first, I'm going to take my water that I did before and irrigate this plot out here. So everything coming off of the central water supply can be irrigated. As long as there is water running along the side of that tile, it's getting water. So for example here, this tile is not getting any water. The water's only touching it. But now that I've placed this, it's running down the side. This one is now getting water. So I'm going to first move my gardener over to here. And when he is on a spot, he'll grow bamboo there. Plus he also grows bamboo on any adjacent of the same color that are irrigated. So now that that's irrigated, I've got another one there. And another one pops up here. So he's grown a couple bamboo. In addition, I just scored this piece. So this just grew to 4 height. And there's no different tokens or special tokens on that. So I just scored another 5 points. That was my gardener moving. Now I'm going to have the panda move. He's going to move over there. He's going to eat one of the bamboo. And now that he's got one of each color, I'm going to score my panda having eaten one of each. And I will then put those back because they're used up to score points. And I've scored now 6 objective cards. I'm getting close to ending the game. So hopefully, if it all pulls out, I end the game. And the first person to cause the end of the game or the last game round also gets a bonus card of 2 points. So if I did cause the last round, I get bonus cards. After everybody's taken their last turn, then we add up the points and see who won. So that's Takenoko.
Sounds easy.
Yeah, it is. It's fun. There's a lot going on. Like I said, you've got to plan out what objectives you have, what objective cards you want to get based off of how you're laying it out. You've got a random roll of the die, so you don't know what could happen. You got to make the most of it. So there's a little bit of risk, a little bit of luck, a little bit of strategy because you get to choose your different actions. Where people move the panda, where they move the gardener can mess up some of your best plans. So you got to adjust on the fly. So it's a good balance of a little strategy, a little bit of luck, and I think that's why it's a good family game.
What would you rate it?
I am going to rate Takenoko a solid 4 out of 5.
Okay. Thanks.
You bet.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.